YouTube, welcome back to Eagles Fantasy Draft Franchise. This is going to be episode 1.5, and we're going to do the entire offseason in this video, from re-signings to trades to free agency to the NFL draft. It's all going to be going down in this video right here. In case you missed episode 1, we did an entire fantasy draft and a fantasy draft season in one 11-hour video. So if you guys haven't seen that video, make sure you go back and watch the whole thing, or at least watch the end, because obviously it's going to be very relevant to this video, and there are going to be some spoilers if you missed it in just a few seconds. So episode 1.5, the off season for Eagles Fantasy Draft Franchise. Let's get right into it. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Spoiler alert coming in 3, 2, 1. We won the Super Bowl. It was an up and down season, as you guys know, but we made it all the way to the end, and we won the entire thing by a landslide victory against the Houston Texans. Now, that does not mean we can take this offseason lightly. We're always going to be improving, and the reason is because in these major sports leagues, the NFL, the NBA, as we know, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse because everybody else around you is getting better. We have a really tough division, and so we're going to have to take this offseason really seriously and execute this really well, despite winning in our first year. As I mentioned, the sliders are going to be much more difficult next season. We're switching defenses. We're just going to make things a lot more difficult on ourselves, to challenge ourselves and to challenge this franchise to not be, the most dominant team ever. Like, it's not super fun to anybody. There's got to be hardship, right? So we'll do the slider tuning and stuff like that in season 2 at the beginning of the video. So this is just going to be focused on the offseason, and I will be upping injuries and stuff like that. So depth is going to be really important to add. Now, as promised, we are going to be switching to a 3-4 defense, and Bill Summers, our amazing defensive coordinator who helped us dominate all the way through to the Super Bowl and to win it, that was the strength of our team, he's going to go get a head coaching job somewhere else, okay? And so he says, DeHave, I quit. And I say, you don't quit, I fire you. Get the heck out of here, pack your things and leave. Switching defenses, and first thing is to switch to a 3-4. And we're going to go ahead and hire Aaron Ward, who is a 3-4 specialist who has many talents, including 3 talents for defensive back guru. We also get 74 staff points for hiring him. Let's go ahead and hire Aaron Ward to be our new defensive coordinator. Now, you might be thinking, DeHave, you don't have the personnel to play 3-4, and that's kind of the point, right? But we do have a little bit of a leg up on this transition. Now, the reason is because if you look at our defensive end situation, we're going to go ahead and switch Trayvon Walker to an outside linebacker. This is our pass rusher for many years to come. He is our franchise pass rusher. Go ahead and edit him, and I think he has the tools to be a really good 3-4 pass rusher and linebacker, and that's why we're going to be switching him to left outside linebacker. He's an 85 overall at defensive end. Let's see what he is at linebacker. 84. Okay, so, pretty good transition there. The next thing we're going to do is switch our middle linebacker, Drew Sanders, to right outside linebacker. This guy can be a pass rusher. He can be a weapon in the run game as well, and the coverage game. He's a great athlete and stuff like that. So we're going to make him a pass rusher, right outside linebacker. He's a 79 at middle linebacker. Let's see where he ranks as a pass rusher, in 81. So he's even better at that. All right. So, now we're going to need to fill these holes, right? Obviously in a 3-4, you have your defensive tackle, your nose tackle, you have 2 defensive ends. The defensive ends are kind of like D tackles. They're not necessarily edge rushers like they would be in a 4-3. And so I might consider moving Chris Jenkins to a defensive end. I think he has good pass rush capabilities. He is certainly capable. I think he's, a little bit oversized, I'd say, maybe for a 3-4 defensive end, but I think that's what we're going to do. Lucas Van Ness might be traded, okay? And that's just kind of the way it's going to have to be, all right? We're going to need to fill his position at defensive end if we're going to be moving Chris Jenkins over, which we're going to be. So let's go ahead and move Chris Jenkins to left end and see what, kind of overall he has here. He's a 77 overall left end, all right? So not the best, but not the worst. I think he's going to be good at it, but we'll have to see, right? Again, Lucas Van Ness probably going to be on the trade block. Unfortunately, he had a dominant performance in some of those playoff games, but this is our defense moving forward. We need 2 off-ball middle linebackers that we're going to be looking to draft. That's pretty much the defensive adjustments there for now. And we're going to spend our staff points. Again, we want to make this harder on us. You might say, DeHave, why in the heck would you change anything about this amazing defense? And the reason is just simple. Like, I'm trying to challenge the franchise. I'm trying to make it so it's not so easy all the time defensively. And it wasn't always easy, but you guys know what I mean. And also, I think a 3-4 defense might help us get a little bit more pressure on the quarterback. Struggled a little bit in the pass rush last season, and I don't expect that to be the same thing next year. Now, I want to make sure we fill out this trades tree here in player personnel, because this is going going to reduce cost of trading up during the draft. That's huge, all right? So we're going to go ahead and max out everything for the trades. We're going to be making some trades, obviously, and so we're going to go ahead and max that stuff out. Now, as far as the defensive recruitment, let's check out, what we want to spend the rest of our 78 staff points on. Offensive and defensive recruitment trees, 5% discount on players under 80 overall on re-sign. That seems like good value to me. Offensive linemen in free agency, increase the likelihood. Defensive tackles, free safeties, strong safeties. We'll go ahead and do D-tackle. That could be good. And then we'll do offensive tackle, and that's going to be all of our staff points. Now, next order of business is to go ahead and advance the week to staff week, which we've already taken care of, obviously. And we're going to go ahead and look at the 2024 season recap, and Nick Chubb is Super Bowl MVP. I already predicted this. We didn't get to see our Super Bowl MVP. Go ahead and move my face cam here so you guys can see this. Here is the season recap. We obviously won the Super Bowl, and we didn't know who exactly was going to be the MVP, but it is Nick Chubb. Had 2 touchdowns in that game, so big. Yearly awards, NFL MVP Lamar Jackson, Coach of the Year Gerard Mayo. That's kind of interesting how that situation played out in real life compared to this franchise universe. Offensive Player of the Year Lamar Jackson. What's new, right? This guy is just a machine. DPOY Micah Parsons didn't seem to prove very difficult for us in the playoffs, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year Jaden Daniels. That's pretty much like real life. And Braden Fisk. DPOI. Okay, interesting. So that's the season recap there. Go ahead and take a look at mock draft 4. We're going to be doing a big time draft breakdown here pretty soon, so make sure you guys stick around for that. We're going to be looking to acquire picks. Damian Wiggins, the middle linebacker, is supposed to go to us at 32. Few 2024 retirements. Let's see if there's any Eagles on this list. Hopefully not, but you never know. Okay, Blaine Gabbert. Interesting. And Jason Peters. Okay, well, he retired an Eagle after 21 amazing, Hall of Fame caliber seasons. We love you, JP, and he's certainly going to be in the Hall of Fame, no question, right? Defensive coordinator, new storyline message. Let's check this out. This is the new guy, Aaron Ward. Coach wanted to touch base with you about off-season workouts. Who do you want to talk to? Chris Jenkins, for sure, because I think Lucas Van Ness is going to be traded. Okay, I'll have him reach out to you. Nice. All right, so Chris Jenkins going to sit down with us in the coach's office here. Let's see what happens. Coach, they told me you wanted to talk to me. Absolutely, Chris. We love you. What are you focusing on during off-season workouts? Pass rush moves, getting off blocks, just getting better at being a defensive end. That's awesome. We love to hear that. Sounds good. Oh, yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'll let you know how much I improve at the start of next year. Awesome. We're looking forward to that, Chris. Thank you very much. We have a storyline press conference as well. Go ahead and check this out. Hey, everybody. Coach, let's talk about the next few months. Sounds good. Let's do it. What is your plan for the upcoming offseason? I mean, I have several of them. Make a splash and upgrade the roster. We want to make sure we win the draft. I'm going to say there's no specific plan. I think that's kind of on point with what we're going for. We're going to try to, maximize our opportunities when they present themselves. I guess I'm happy with our talent. I don't know what to say there. I just didn't want to lock into anything so you're saying this current roster is good enough to be, we just won the Super Bowl. Of course it is. Yeah, guaranteed. We could make no additions and make the playoffs easy. I will check back at the end of next season, see what you did. All right, fair. You've guaranteed to make the playoffs next year. Yeah, we're Rex Ryan out here. What do you want from me? We do have some upgrades, which is kind of interesting. I didn't think that would be something that would happen here. Andrew Booth Jr. I don't even know who this guy is. So go ahead and let the CPU take care of that one. Ryan Miller, again, another guy I don't just have any, sort of understanding about. Well, we'll go deep threat from Marvin Harrison. We're just trying to get him to the highest overall we can because we want to get him his extra abilities. So some good stuff there. Nick Chubb, obviously going to get an upgrade. And Caleb Williams finally goes up to 85. So he should get a new ability slot. So he should maybe get some new abilities here. Let's check this out. This is red zone Deadeye. Perfect accuracy on all unpressured throws inside the red zone. That sounds good to me. I think we're going to go with sideline Deadeye as well. That's a really good ability. And we're going to go with lofting Deadeye as well. So these are our abilities: lofting Deadeye, sideline Deadeye, quick draw, and red zone Deadeye. Those are amazing abilities. I personally like them. Nick Chubb going to get an upgrade here. Did he regressed a ton. See, this is what I was hoping wouldn't happen, but unfortunately it did. We're going to lose some speed, -6 ball carry. He went down quite a bit here, so pretty unfortunate, but we still do have 86 overall power back with him, so we should get some decent abilities still, right? Armbar, bulldozer, and reach for it. We're not even going to touch it. Those are like, Nick Chubb's abilities forever. Joe Walt going to go up to an 84 overall pass protector, which is awesome. One more upgrade, 4 more abilities for him. Got a lot of upgrades here, folks. I love it. Trayvon Walker, new outside linebacker. We're going to go with speed rusher for him. We want to get those finesse moves into the 90s eventually. +1 finesse move, zone coverage, play wreck, and pursuit. Don't plan on having him in a lot of coverage situations, but you never know in a 3-4. Nate Wiggins gets an upgrade. Really need him to take a leap next season. Would love him to become a superstar. I think we'll go slot. Like, let's see. Tackling should definitely be better. Press coverage we want to be better. So this makes a lot of sense to me. His man and zone are already pretty good, well into the 80s. +3 man, +2 play rec, and +1 press. Let's check this out. Yeah, play rec could be better as well. So pretty good there. Olu Fashanu gets an upgrade. Again, another guy with one more upgrade, you know, to become a multi-ability guy. And he's going to go up to a 79 overall pass pro. Love to see it. And Jackson Powers Johnson going to continue to go, I think, pass protector for him. He just needs to be a better pass blocker, and the finesse in general needs to be better. +2 pass block finesse. That's awesome. That'll go up to high 70s, which is great. Want to get that into the 80s for sure. Cole Bishop with an upgrade. Another guy that we'll have to see, but could potentially be on the move regarding a trade, right? We're going to go with hybrid for Cole Bishop because I want to get his man coverage. It just needs to be better. You know, he got torched a lot in coverage last year. He's a big play guy. He's a ball hawk, but, you know, had I pick in the Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, we need his like coverage skills to be better. And that's going to be it for the big upgrades. I'm going to go ahead and advance to re-sign players. And I actually took a look at, you know, all the players we need to re-sign off screen because I don't want to waste too much time there. And really, I thought Jalen Mills had to be extended. He doesn't. And there's only a couple guys I'm looking to extend. I'm going to go ahead and remove my face cam so you can see, you know, the contracts these guys want. Really, the only guys I'm looking to extend here are Amari Barno and potentially Donald Parham. Now, Barno, he doesn't want that much money. I think this is a fair offer. We'll up the contract a little bit. I think that's fine, right? I mean, you know, 3.5 per year. He's a really good special teamer, and he's happy to sign and continue to play for this great organization. That's awesome. So Barno comes back. He's a standout special teamer, and Parham made some big catches in the Super Bowl. So I'd be interested in offering him a 1-year deal, but for way less money. I just don't think, you know, we're going to be able to afford much more than this for a 28-year-old bronze like to play for. That's fine, you know. So that's the re-signings. We're going to need to add a lot more depth through the draft, obviously, and free agency potentially. Let's go ahead and advance to free agency 1. But happy Barno's back. We did obviously all the big re-signings, you know, in the season last year. Okay, so see combine results. This is actually a big deal here, folks, and we actually have a lot more scouting info on some of these guys, and we're going to be able to see if some of the guys we want are going to be, you know, the type of athletes that we want. Let's check out Jarek Murphy. He was the guy obviously last season. We need to upgrade receiver 3, and this is the guy I'm looking at. Not necessarily a great player, but he is super. Okay, so elite speed, elite excel. I mean, fastest guy in the draft. You can't do much better than that. So he's a first round and second round projected talent. So gonna have to take him early, but again, you know, the skills just aren't good. F catching traffic. We'll take a look at him, but man, elite speed and elite excel intrigues me. Obviously, there's, you know, the skills that do not. Okay, that's just kind of how it is for me, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at Carlos Reyes. He ran a 4.43, so good speed and elite excel. I mean, that's not too bad, right? 6'2", 214 is a bigger guy anyway. Take a look at, you know, C short route, A spec catch. He's a playmaker archetype. Yeah, he sure is. He had a storyline about him as well in the return game, so could be a good kick returner. Interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at the receivers and see who ran the fastest. We have James Grant, who's another elite speed guy, I believe. Elite speed, elite excel, elite agility, and elite change of direction. You know, this guy is Jarek Murphy, but basically in round 3 and 4. We can get this guy who's going to have 95 plus speed in, you know, round 3 and 4. So this is obviously someone we're going to be taking a look at down the board, right? Daniel Cabrera ran a 4.29. He's projected to go round 2 and 3. Great speed, elite excel. I mean, this guy's already better than Jarek Murphy, right? C catching traffic, C release. He's a deep threat. I'm actually going to add this guy to our board here. I really like the look of him. He's going to have really good speed and good other stuff. So we're going to definitely add him to our favorites if he's not already. And he's bigger than Murphy and Grant. So someone to keep your eye on, right? Larry Stewart was someone else I mentioned towards the end of the video. B deep route. He is a deep threat. Great speed, great excel. You know, I think some of these guys, I don't think Jarek Murphy's going to end up being the guy. You know, I just think early in the draft, we're going to look to other positions. I do want to check someone else though, Xavier Devine, because he's someone I'm very interested down the board. He's a day 3 projected guy. Ran a 4.51. He's 6'4", 231, the size of a tight end. He's a physical archetype. Left-handed at a UCLA. He's got B spec catch, B release, you know, C short route. Like I really like this guy, and he has solid speed. That could be, I don't know what that is like in terms of the ratings. It might be like high 80s or low 90s. You know, I don't know. We'll have to see. But great strength. I'm definitely going to take this player, I think, you know, late in the draft. Look at some of the tight ends here. Delvin Ferris. You know, this guy I think could be generational. Elite speed, elite excel, great change of direction, elite agility, elite excel. I mean, it's just, yeah, everything else is really good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the D tackle we were looking at. 10th ranked prospect in the draft, who I think is just an absolute stud. Okay, Jonathan Warner. 6'4", 296. He is a prototypical defensive end in a 3-4 in my opinion. This could be our Quinnen Williams of the future, right? B finesse moves, B power moves as a run stopper, and he ran great. So second D tackles in the 40. He has great strength, great speed, elite jumping, great change of direction, I mean, this guy's, he could be an X factor. Like, he's that good. There are some really good D tackles down the board here. You know, this guy ran a 4.81. Darnell Hooks. A finesse moves, elites. Oh my goodness, folks. We might have to take that guy as well. This is crazy. These are the guys I really want to look at. So we have D'Angelo Hall, who ran a 4.56. Are you kidding me? These are the inside linebackers, the coverage linebackers we're looking at. A tackle, A to C pursuit, run stopper, 6'2", 245 out of Notre Dame. Elite speed. Okay, so D'Angelo Hall just immediately rose up the board for me, and Kenny Keller is the other guy. He ran a 4.59, 6'3", 233, 21 years old. He's 2.3 projected. Okay, how do we not take this guy? Look at the skills though. Like B zone coverage, A play rec, B awareness, B block. He might be the best linebacker in the draft, and he's round 2 to 3. Great speed, elite excel at 6'3", 233. The other guy I really like is Zach Gatson. This might have to be our first round pick. His pass coverage archetype, 6 foot 222. Again, these guys are going to be playing middle linebacker, remember, out of Tennessee. And he has B pursuit, A awareness, A man coverage, and A stamina with elite speed. He ran a 4.58. Are you kidding me? He's got to be an Eagle. I don't know how else to say it. And they want us to take Damian Wiggins in the first round, who actually looks really solid. Great speed, great excel, B pursuit, B play rec, B catching, B tackle. I mean, these guys are ranked so low. Like, I might end up taking 6 linebackers out of this draft, and we need at least two starters, right? Because we're moving Drew Sanders to the outside. And if you're going to tell me that there's like 3, 4, 5 of them in the later rounds, I'm just going to take them for the depth, right? Like, there's going to be increased injuries next year. So cornerbacks, I like Damian Pickens, but he's, again, another first round guy, right? A man coverage at 6'4", 195. He's not a great athlete though. Good speed. That could be anywhere, again, from like super early 90s to late 80s. Great excel though. An elite change of direction. Like, we might have to take, I don't know how I'm going to end up with all these picks, but there's just so many good players I want to take in the top of the board. You know, like, I don't know, man. We're going to have our work cut out for us. But those are some of the guys we're looking at. And after the combine, I like them even more, the guys we are looking at. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We'll try to get a bunch of trades moving around draft time, but let's go ahead and look at the free agency class, which is one of the more important things here for adding depth. Now, Darius Slay's available. Okay. Well, I mean, he's going to want a 1-year deal. He's 34, he'll probably retire next season. 89 speed. He regressed quite a bit. That's not great. We'll think about it. Most of these guys are going to be running backs. You know, just the first year in franchise off seasons, you just don't get a good free agency class because everybody's under contract long term. We're not looking to sign a running back. So I'll just kind of nip that in the bud right now. We have our halfback room of the future. Adoree Jackson signed with the Eagles in real life. I'm not too interested. I like him in Madden. He's a good Madden cornerback, but we have Caleb Farley. You know, he's kind of a similar player in that role, and he's younger, and he's already on the team. One of the things I do want to look at is receiver, because this is potentially a place where we could get someone to come in and compete for that receiver 3. Now, Mecole Hardman, 95 speed, 27 years old, has interest in playing for us. I know he's bronze dev, but we might give him a shot here. Tyquan Thornton got injured a ton last season, and when he filled in for receiver 3, just wasn't very good, to be honest with you. But we'll keep looking down the board here. Justin Ross, a little slow for my taste. You know, I'll just be honest. There's no one really jumping out at me. I think, okay, Quez Watkins, same kind of thing. He has interest. Former Eagle, obviously, but no one really jumping off the screen here. You know, it'd probably either be Mecole Hardman or Quez Watkins we'd give a shot to. There's like no star dev guys, unfortunately, so no one we could really build with. It'd have to be like a band-aid kind of thing if we're gonna play these guys. I don't know, like, who's a better kick returner, because we're gonna lose Kendall Hinton in the offseason. We're gonna lose Tyquan Thornton next year, potentially even trade him this year. So kick returning, Kavontae Turpin. Yeah, he's a 97 kick returner, huh? And he's fast. Mecole Hardman's 83 kick return. I like Mecole Hardman. You know, if we get him on a 1-year deal, I wouldn't be mad at it. Quez Watkins too. He has more interest in playing for us, but they're the same age. So Quez wants a 2-year deal. We'll take a look at these guys and what they want. He doesn't want much money. I'm sure we could get him on a 1-year deal. And Mecole Hardman wants a 2-year deal. He wants more money. We're going to go ahead and offer Quez Watkins a contract here. Again, I don't think he's going to play at receiver 3, but in the case of an injury, I'd rather have him than Tyquan Thornton, if I'm just being honest with you. So, you know, we'll offer him a 1-year deal worth 2.5 and 1.5. So a $4 million million deal for 1 year. I think that's a good offer. You know, we could even trade Gabe Davis, which I'm actually considering doing. He might have some value. I would like a replacement for Donald Parham. You know, I might consider drafting one, but not too sure about that. So who's a fast tight end here that I wouldn't mind playing in a pinch? I don't know. Not really anyone, I guess. There's some good depth here on the O-line. Some guys that are kind of interesting to me. And we are losing Jason Peters, so maybe we look to get one of these guys. You have Evan Neal at backup tackle. These guys are pretty cheap. And we also, oh yeah, we're losing Matt Pryor as well. So we need a guard for sure. This is not a position I'm looking to draft. So I might, you know, I'm just going to get one of these guys, I think, at guard. And let's see, Cordell Volson. He wants a pretty cheap deal. He's interested in coming here. I said we just offer it to him. Okay, we're getting outbid by the Cardinals, who we smacked in the playoffs. We'll up the money a little bit. We are now leading on Volson. Trey Turner, I think, is a solid piece to have. Not particularly great at anything, but he's a good athlete. He's interested in coming here. I think we kind of lowball him a little bit. We offer that to him. I don't mind that at all. And I think at swing tackle, we kind of already have our guy, right? It's Evan Neal. So, but we might look to trade Evan Neal. So I don't know. Maybe we'll take our offer off of Trey Turner and we'll look to sign one of these tackles pretty cheap. Matt Goncalves. He's interested in coming here. He's got good pass block, 76 pass block. He's a decent run blocker too. I say I don't know, $7 million, kind of high. I think we could get a good deal for, you know, Evan Neal. Like we really could send a package. So I'm going to go ahead and make this offer. 7.5. You know, he's young. We're getting outbid. I mean, come on, man. Really? Panthers, grow up, you know? DJ Humphries, like, is there anyone with like good stats here that doesn't want much money? Yeah, DJ Humphries is pretty cheap and he's a band-aid, obviously, but I'm gonna offer him $4 million. I think that's a fair offer. We can get one of these guys in round 2 as well. Now we're gonna need some depth on the D-line for sure, especially since, you know, kind of switching up our defense a little bit. You know, these guys are gonna be expensive, like 100%. Is there any like young star dev guys just hiding down here? Because that'd be awesome. I don't think there's gonna be, but Mekhi Wingo, defensive tackle. It'd be nice to have a good backup D tackle, even though we're looking to draft one. Marcus Davenport, like some of these guys are kind of interesting to me. So I'm gonna maybe look to offer on Mekhi Wingo, who's 77 speed. He's a good athlete, man. I like this guy. I'm gonna give him a shot. Wants basically like nothing, and we need more depth because Chris Jenkins Jr. got hurt last year. He's interested in coming here. How about 1 for 4.5? It's a good deal for both of us there. You know, Darius Slay at $9 million. I just can't do it. Corner is a position I want to upgrade on CB2. Like Juju Brents is good. It's just not great. I think we'll stay put at corner. Cole Bishop's someone we could look to trade for draft assets. I think we're good at safety though. I really do. We have Richie Grant, Jalen Mills coming back. Although we did lose Rudy Ford and I like Lewis Seen. 92 speed, no interest in coming here. I said we give him a shot. He's 25. I don't hate the offer. Those are going to be our offers for the first period of free agency. I like what we did. Let's see if we can get all 5 of these guys. Probably won't, right? But be nice to see college pro day results. So is this any different than the combine? It shouldn't be, right? Like we already know, you know, this player has elite speed. What does the pro day really tell us? Nothing, I guess. Okay. Signed free agents. Did we get anybody? My signings. Okay. So we got Cordell Volson. Nice. That's awesome. He's going to be our backup guard, swing guard. DJ Humphries. Okay, so the line's taken care of pretty much, which is awesome. Both of those guys on cheap 1-year deals, and we got Mekhi Wingo, who will be our backup DT, so that's great. So we didn't get Lewis Seen or Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins actually getting outbid by the Patriots. Let's go ahead and take a look at McCole Hardman. Does he have any? He has one offer, I guess. We'll try to throw him an offer, like a low ball, and see what happens, and see if we're getting outbid on it, because I wouldn't mind paying him this if we're, you know, I'm not getting in a bidding war over, you know, Quez Watkins. So okay, so we are getting outbid. You know, I think we'll just let these guys go, honestly. I don't know, maybe we up like a couple, and it puts us in the lead there, so hopefully we get Quez. And then Lewis Seen, I don't think anyone's going to offer him, so we should get him. Skip into free agency 3, see what happened. Okay, so we got Lewis Seen, that's pretty good. And then did Quez Watkins go to the Patriots? Okay, so Quez Watkins signed with the Patriots. That's cool with me. I really don't care. Maybe we'll throw a low ball at Kavontae Turpin. Doesn't seem to have any interest in the market, so 3.5 for 1 year. We'll see if, you know, he's a great return man, so see if it does anything. But I'm cool with who we signed, and we'll go ahead and look at the free agency recap here. It looks like Darius Slay went to the Dolphins. Brian Robinson went to the Giants. Okay, so they lost Stevenson, and I'm sure Kamara regressed, and Brian Robinson Jr. goes to the Giants. We'll have to see him twice a year. Javonte Williams to the Commanders. He is going to be tough to stop on that team. Tyrone Tracy to the Rams. Jordan Mason to the, yeah, I mean, the Commanders just getting every running back. They had Antonio Gibson and Austin Eckler, who I think were both free agents. So Damian Pierce to the Dolphins. Dolphins spending some big money here. Charbonnet to the Raiders. These are all running backs. Grady Jarrett to the Lions. Gibson's still a free agent. Interesting. Khalil Herbert to the Ravens. Ray Davis to the Jets. Jerome Ford still a free agent. A.J. Dillon, who signed with both these guys signed with the Eagles in real life. Dillon to the Tennessee Titans, and Adoree Jackson to the New Orleans Saints. And I don't think we got Kevontae Turpin, unfortunately. Take a look at some of the receivers here. And Turpin went to the Saints. Okay, well, let's see who's the best kick returner that's still available. Jamal Agnew. He used to be a superstar for years in Madden because of his kick returning ability. Only 89 speed. I'm not too interested in him. Okay, so scouting. Private workouts. This is where I believe you select certain players to learn more information about them. And we're going to use this to learn information about players we don't know everything about just yet. We know that we're going to be taking Zach Gatson. We know some of those guys. We know everything we need to know about them. Who are some guys that I want to know just a little bit more about and whether or not I might consider taking them, like Xavier Devine. Yeah, I'd like to take potentially one of these tight ends. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll do this for corners because, you know, adding another corner into the mix wouldn't be such a bad idea. And I think we're going to take the opportunity to select Damian Pickens as one of our guys because I'd like to know a little bit more about him. We're going to do Jonathan Warner. These are the guys I'm considering, you know, making big moves to trade up for. And I want to know everything I can about them before we do something like that, right? And as far as receivers, I don't think we're going to take Jarek Murphy. I'm going to go Carlos Reyes. He's interesting to me, but yeah, I just don't know enough about him, I guess. And those will be our 3 focus players. Should learn everything we need to know. Do have a trade offer for our new signee, Cordell Volson. Okay, interesting. He's not even on the trade block, so I don't know why that's happening. Of course, the next thing is the NFL draft, and we'll go through everything with that. And we're going to go ahead and sim this portion, and we're on to the draft week. So let's go ahead and look at the players we used as our focus players. We should know a lot more about Carlos Reyes. Okay, we just don't. I don't know what happened there. Did we learn anything about any of these players? I guess it glitched. I don't understand. Okay, I don't think it worked, unfortunately. Maybe I hit something wrong. Either way, it's fine. Let's go ahead and talk about everything we're going to talk about with the draft. I'm going to go ahead and look through every single player in this class and decide who I really want to trade for, and then we'll talk about our picks, and we'll talk about how to get more picks if need be, and I will talk to you guys in a second. This is going to be exciting, folks. Who's going to be an Eagle long term? Let's get it. Really quick, I'm just looking through the roster, right? And people dev'd down in the offseason somehow. One of them being Olu Fashanu, who was a superstar, dev'd down to star. I just don't understand that. He's 22 years old. He's a 79. Dev'd down to star, okay? First of all, nobody went up, of course. You know, why would they, right? But Terrion Arnold, who became a superstar, you know, during the season, or during the playoffs, but a pick in the Super Bowl, by the way, dev'd down to star right after that. So I just don't understand how this works. If anybody has any insight on this, please let me know. Nobody else dev'd down except for Richie Grant, who went down to normal, so that's fun. I'm kind of upset with that. And Ryan Stonehouse went down to star, I guess. Whatever. We have 2 second-round picks, because if you remember, we have a really high second-round pick as well. If you remember, we traded Kyle Juszczyk and Josh Huff for the 49ers second-round pick, so we do have 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths, and 2 fifths. So pretty loaded in that regard, but we're going to have to move up into the first round, and I'll talk to you guys in a second. But yeah, super unfortunate that some of the guys dev'd down. All right, folks, trade accepted. We are trading Gabe Davis, Washington, and Ryan Miller, 3 receivers who were not, you know, interested in long term. Gabe Davis, of course, a Super Bowl champion, for an early second round pick from the Falcons. It is pick 38 this season. So a third in 2026, Miller, Washington, and Davis to the Falcons for their second this year, which is 38. And I'm going to use that pick 38 to try to leverage us higher into the first round. That is the first trade of many. And Gabe Davis, it was nice knowing you. See ya in Atlanta, probably next season at some point. So now we have 3 second round picks to work with in this trade that we're going to try to do to get somewhere higher up in the first round. Another huge trade. We are moving up to pick 17. We maintain our first round pick while doing it. We traded Lucas Van Ness and Evan Neal, pick 38 in this year's draft that we just acquired, and a 6th round pick in 2027 for the 17th overall pick in this year's draft. And again, we're probably going to use this to move up for some leverage. I really want to take Jonathan Warner, and I'm going to try to move up inside the top 10 to do it. All right, folks, we just absolutely fleeced the 49ers once again, this time out of their first pick, and it is the 4th overall pick, and we fleeced them. I mean, we traded with them. Andrew Booth Jr., I'm not going to say that one. Good try. The 17th overall pick that we acquired from the Buccaneers, and a 2025 third round pick. So one of our 2 third round picks we traded for the 4th overall pick. So now we can select comfortably Jonathan Warner in this draft. We still have our 32nd overall pick. pick. We're, you know, missing out big time on depth, obviously, but that's why we have so many draft picks, right? We have pick 4, pick 32, 36, 64. Only have one third round pick now, but it's fine. 74th overall pick, 2 fourth rounders, 2 fifth rounders, and a 7th. And I'm going to go ahead and, you know, take a look at the board here one more time to make sure we're going to be able to get everyone we want. If we have to trade up during the draft, we absolutely will. Zach Gatson is ranked 26 overall, and I don't think we're going to be able to get him at 32. So I'm going to move up, you know, into the lower 20s area. Actually, would be nice to still have that 17th pick, but I just don't. Jonathan Warner's ranked 10th in the draft. We have the 4th overall pick. I mean, I guess we could trade back to 5, right? Maybe that's possible. Try to use some leverage there to get more picks and acquire. I just don't feel comfortable going past 5. I will say that that kind of feels like we're gambling there, but we definitely want to make sure we get Gatson and Warner. Those are the 2 guys we're really needing to get in the first round. And New Orleans Saints have the 5th pick. We're going to offer them pick 4, and we're going to want, let's just start with their 2nd and their 3rd. Not even that crazy, right? They're not going to give us their 2nd, unfortunately. What about their 3rd? Both 3rds, maybe? Okay, we can definitely get a 3rd and maybe something else. Let's try a 4th as well. Okay, no. Let's try just the 3rd. Super close on that. We're going to try to finagle some more out of them. Okay, a 7th won't do it. What about a 6th next year, maybe? That's close. We'll offer the 6th and the 7th combined. Let's see what happens. Come on, man. Killing me here. How about just a 5th in 2027, potentially? Bro, they know what they're doing, huh? They got a lot of picks just like us. All right, bro. I'm out on the Saints. Let's try, who has pick 6? Titans have pick 1, and they could potentially take a defensive tackle, although I don't think they'd reach that high for Jonathan Warner. Browns definitely won't take one at pick 2. Seahawks at pick 3 could also, but again, it'd be a reach for sure. They have bigger needs like quarterback. Pick 5 is the Saints, and let's see what their D-tackle situation looks like. If they get ahead of us, could potentially get Jonathan Warner out of it. No, they won't take one. Definitely shouldn't. So I think we can let them go ahead of us for sure. And I'm trying to see who has the 6th pick. The Falcons have the 6th pick, and I don't think they'd take a defensive tackle. So we'll get on the phone with the Falcons again and see what happens. All right, so we are trading with the Falcons to move back to 6. They jump up to 4. We're also giving them a 2026 6th round pick. They're going to give us their 3rd this year, which is pick 70. So a really high 3rd round pick, almost like a 2nd round pick, a late 2nd. They move up 2 spots. We move back 2 spots. So we get pick 6 and pick 70. Now it just gives us basically an extra pick to work with. And we're going to try to make sure we can move up and, you know, into like kind of the lower mid 20s to try to draft Zach Gatson. So that's what trade we're going to be looking for now, and then we'll hop into the draft. I promise. I just want to make sure I have all the picks necessary to pick the guys I want. Let's make something happen here with the Chiefs. We're going to trade pick 32 and one of our 5ths potentially. Yeah, let's do one of our 5ths actually, and then maybe, okay, so it's going to have to be at least a 4th, or we could use that 3rd round pick that we just got, pick 70 here. We'll try 74 first, obviously. Okay, so that's super close. I think pick 70 will definitely do it. So basically, moving back 2 spots gave us the 23rd pick. Easy. Just like that. So we have pick 23, pick 4, or pick 6, excuse me. Let's go ahead and check this out. Yeah, pick 6, pick 23, pick 36, pick 64. So we're always picking within 30 picks or so. Not even really. Pick 74, 117, 128, 10 picks. So we're going to be able to get 10 players, really good ones, to fill out the rest of the roster. And I think we should have enough picks at this point to be able to get everybody we want. Let me go ahead and check the board one more time, and then we'll hop into the draft, I promise. All right, folks, NFL draft time. Let's get into it.
And line up next to them on the same field in the same.
Damn right. Look at the Texans drafting their Super Bowl losers. Cowboys. Let's do this. So hype. Let's go. I can't wait. All right. So the Titans with the 1st overall pick. There's quite a few good quarterbacks from what I understand. They select Gabriel. Believe it's a quarterback. We're going to need to draft a backup quarterback in this draft. Something I haven't mentioned, but I do have a guy picked out later in the draft. We're going to be upping injuries, so that kind of stuff's important. The Browns. We're just really hoping nobody takes Jonathan Warner here. You know, like, we need these guys. We need these people ahead of us to take a quarterback. I don't think Jonathan Warner will go, but it's very possible that he does. Conway. They select Conway of the Browns, and it is another quarterback. Seahawks. I think this is going to be a quarterback as well. If the Falcons, Martin Smith, the receiver. Okay, he was ranked number 1 in the class. Looked pretty good. We were never going to get him. Obviously, we still need to address receiver 3. That's going to be one of the priorities here. Falcons at at pick 4, you know, and we traded Gabe Davis away, so we weren't looking to keep him anyway. But if the Falcons select Warner, we're cooked. Again, I don't think they will, or the Saints, but like it'd be a crazy reach. They select Newman, Randall Newman, who was a really good looking defensive end, and the Saints select Phillips. Ooh, I can breathe a little bit. I can breathe a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, pick our player. Please be hidden. Please be a superstar X Factor. The Eagles select, with the 6th overall pick, Jonathan Warner, defensive tackle. Let's watch him walk onto the stage here. You hear all the, whoops. Hear all the claps in the background. He's going to look good in green. Let me tell you, Jonathan Warner, B-. Good pick. Good strength to avoid being pursued. He was ranked 60 in true value. What? Good strength to avoid being pushed around. Wreaks havoc. Able to disengage from run blocks. Pass rush plan starts with power and ends with more power. He is hidden. Let's go. 77 speed, folks. 82 excel, 75 agility, as the Raiders select Stanley Glass, who was one of the better looking defensive ends. 82 jumping, 93 strength. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. All right. 60 in true value isn't great. I will say that. I think I'm glitched out here, as the Steelers will take, I don't know. Okay. I don't like this glitch. Bears. Again, I cannot see who people are taking. Okay. There we go. Rashad Brown and Nick Samuel. Nick Samuel, of course, the edge rusher. Looked into him a little bit. Calvin Smallwood, good-looking receiver, goes to the Dolphins, who had a big free agency, as we remember. Jaguars, Jamie Spadell, who was the right tackle. Bengals go Damian Pickens. Okay, so that was the corner we really liked, the 6'4" guy. Kind of reminded me of Brandon Browner a little bit. Former Legion of Boom guy. Manny Dalton, another receiver. This class is loaded with receivers. None of them super standing out, but we're really hoping we can skip to, pick 23 without Zach Gatson going off the board. Bernie Triplett, another corner. Richard Friedman, a quarterback. And Kevin Herring, left tackle. Austin Wentz, right tackle. Alex Winthrop. So a lot of tackles going here. Haven't seen a linebacker yet. Tyquan Whitlock, receiver to the Jets, and we are just 2 picks away. Tyler Leak was a really good looking defensive tackle. And we are on the clock, and we're going to go ahead and take our guy. Ramon McKenzie goes to the Vikings. It's going to be Zach Gatson, the elite athlete out of Tennessee, the new middle linebacker of the future for this team. Really just hope it's a good pick here. So we'll watch our new franchise middle linebacker walk up to the stage. Of course, Drew Sanders being moved to edge rusher. There he is. Another guy that's going to look good in green, folks. We're going to be saying that all night, but couldn't be happier with our first 2 selections so far. Zach Gatson steps in, and he was ranked 30 in true value. We selected him at 23. Great speed to cover and track down tackles. Plays with good football IQ and recognition, high level understanding of zone depths and responsibility. He is hidden dev, 87 speed. Let's go. This is our user. 91 excel. I mean, this guy's a freak. This guy is amazing. Can't wait to see what he can do. We're going to watch the rest of the first round, and then we're going to have an early second round pick. So shouldn't be too much skipping one by one here, as I'll move my face cam back on the screen and take a look at the board and see who we're taking next. It could be a plethora of guys. Bradley Tate, cornerback, goes to the Carolina Panthers. Cardinals, of course, beat them in the playoffs. They take Chris Aldridge, add it to their receiver room. Actually, Chris Aldridge was someone I liked at receiver. Kevin Knighton, cornerback. Taj Capers, defensive tackle. Carlos Reyes goes to the Commanders. Oh my goodness, I was hoping he'd fall. That was the receiver I wanted. Carlos Reyes is going to be a good player, and now we have to see him twice a year on that loaded Commanders team, who already have, by the way, Chris Olave and Nico Collins. You got to be kidding me. All right. John Stern, left tackle to the Super Bowl losers. They bolster their offensive line to the Texans. And Kansas City Chiefs, this is our pick that we traded. Let's see who they take with it. Should be fun to see. And they are going to take Jonathan Cummins, who was probably the second best D tackle in my opinion. And of course, we'll have a pick in just a few, as Austin Foster, the center, goes to the Titans. So they get a quarterback and a center. Wide receiver Greg Phillips goes to the Browns, and we'll have a new quarterback to throw to him. Jacob Iglesias was probably the best offensive lineman in the class in my opinion. Center goes to the Seahawks, another team bolstering their line for their new quarterback. We're going to go ahead and pause the draft, and I'm going to look at a bunch of players. So TYREEK Murphy is here. I don't think we're going to take him, but it is something to note. What we're going to do is take D'Angelo Hall. Of course, Kenny Keller, we have a pick in the second round coming up, so we're going to take D'Angelo Hall, and I believe we're going to take Kenny Keller with the next one. But D'Angelo Hall, the 6'2", 245-pound beast out of Notre Dame, elite speed, and he will be our second middle linebacker. And between him and Keller, as we'll watch D'Angelo Hall walk onto the stage, of course not related to D'Angelo Hall, the former cornerback, really good one too, as our draft room's pretty pumped about this one. There's Coach the Third. And, it'll be a position battle between him and Keller, but obviously it's a good problem to have three great linebackers, and D'Angelo Hall was ranked number 49 in true value. We selected him at 36. Quick enough to stay with most tight ends and halfbacks. Smart, heady defender, willing tackler that rarely misses. He's got 80. He's a hidden dev player. Let's go. 87 speed, 88 excel. You'll love to see it. D'Angelo Hall, welcome to the Birds. And our next pick will be at 64. We're going to go ahead and skip to that pick, and hopefully Keller isn't gone by that time. We really have to hope, because he absolutely could be, as TYREEK Murphy goes off the board. Delvin Ferris as well, and Kenny Keller gets picked right before us. You gotta be kidding me. Well, looks like we won't have our position battle after all. Hopefully Kenny Keller isn't as good as D'Angelo Hall, so I guess whatever. We have our two linebackers. Probably, I don't know. All right, Larry Stewart, I kind of like the guy, great speed, great excel. Someone to keep an eye on for this pick. We'll have to see. Of course, James Grant down the board, someone interesting as well. He has elite everything, basically. Second fastest guy in the class. This could be someone we look to take later on. With this pick, though, still some good tight ends on the board. Let's just go ahead and look at all positions and see who are some of the best players on the board. I like Larry Stewart a little bit. I don't know if I like him enough to take him here. Nathan Strong's a good player, but I like the value down the board at tight end. We're going to draft one certainly in this draft. Shaq Browning, cornerback, 6'2", looks pretty good. Out of Arizona State, good speed. Would like to be a little bit better than good. Cantrell, I like. I just don't know. I don't know who we take here. Let's remember we do have another pick in just 10 spots. So where we take here, it doesn't need to be the end all be all. Let's go ahead and review some offers here. Not loving the way the board is shaped up, and we're gonna get some good ones. Anybody offering a first round pick in the future? Don't think so. Just not sure who to take. I think what we're going to do here is take Mark Cantrell, the tight end. He will be our backup tight end, and who knows, potentially our third receiver. A pass block, A medium route, A run block, A catch and traffic, A impact block, A awareness. I mean, great speed. Like, this guy's a stud. 6'5", 253 out of Clemson. He's 22 years old. He's got good player notes. I'm going to take him here. We have another pick in 10 picks. Number 10 in true volume. Drafted him at 64. Quiet, soft hands that catch everything. Good speed for a tight end. Tracks and secures balls with defender closing in. Hidden dev 86. I mean, you gotta be kidding me with this pick. What a pick. I was gonna trade this pick away. Oh my goodness. Mark Cantrell, welcome to the Eagles. Now we have another pick in just 10 spots. I already know who I'm thinking about taking. It could be, okay, Larry Stewart's still on the board, which is kind of crazy, but I think the receiver we're gonna take is James Grant. Again, doesn't look like a great player, but he's so fast. Such a good athlete. Larry Stewart's fast too. Be deep route. I mean, he's a better player, I guess. Not great still. Really good athlete. I don't know. Damian Wiggins is still on the board. That's who they wanted us to take in the first round. He looks like a good middle linebacker, but we could get another linebacker down the board, I feel. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take James Grant. I don't see why not. F catching, it's bad. Larry Stewart seems like a little bit better of a player, but this guy just has elite speed and elite excel, elite change of direction. I mean, I can't not take him here. We're going to try it. Hopefully he's hidden at least. This was a little bit of a reach. Track speed, so he's good spec catch guy, serviceable hands. Hidden dev, 98 speed. We won the draft. 98. This is our receiver 3. I don't care. 98 speed, 88 jumping, 98 change of direction. Do you understand how crazy that is? 99 excel, 98. Who did we just draft? TYREEK Hill? Are you kidding me? I'm so glad we picked him. Bro, and he's hidden dev? This is the greatest draft of all time. It has to be, right? We'll pick till the 4th round, and it's pick 21 in the 4th round. Let's go ahead and take a look at the board and see who's still here. Oh my goodness, what happened? What did I just do? Did I just sim the pick? Oh, Bernie Collins. I was actually looking to take that guy. I simmed my pick. I'm so dumb. That was so dumb. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. It's not even close. Let's take a look at Bernie Collins after the draft, but it was a corner I was interested in at least, so my goodness, we have another 4th round pick. Could have been the best draft ever if I had made that selection, but I was actually thinking about taking him anyway, and Larry Stort's still on the board. There's got to be a reason for that. I'm just not going to take him at this point. And actually, we're going to take another corner that is Devontae Harrison. I think this guy could be a good player. He's 6'3", 180, 23 years old, out of Penn State. B catching, B press, good speed at 6'3", A tackle. I'm going to give him a shot. You know, I liked Bernie Collins as well. A little bit of a reach. Doesn't appear to be that good. All right, that's fine. Took a shot on him. Normal dev. Hopefully the other guy's hidden dev. And there are a couple people left to take. We have 2 picks in a row towards the back end of this 5th round. Hopefully our guy's still here. Definitely should be. And Larry Stort is... I don't know what's going on there, but I don't want anything to do with it if I'm being honest. We're taking Xavier Devine, the 6'4", 231-pound beast at a UCLA, left-handed too. B release, B spec catch, that's all we need to know. And he has solid speed. He's a solid athlete, not amazing, but this guy could be a good piece, you know, as our 4th receiver here. I of course didn't sign one in the offseason. Draft room loves it. Let's go ahead and see if he's hidden dev. That would be really nice. If he was, Xavier Devine looks like he's 41 years old and good pick, ranked 100 true value. Drafted him at 159. He is normal dev. 89 speed's not terrible, but good depth piece at receiver 4, right? Because now we know that Grant is going to be our receiver 3. It's not even a question. We drafted the all-time great receiver. Again, I don't know why Larry Stort's still here. He's got to be like F injury or something like that. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but I'm gonna give him a shot. It's the 5th round. Like, okay, 94 speed. I don't know what the problem was with this guy, why he fell to the 5th round, but I thought I'd give him a shot. I don't know. We traded away all our receivers, just drafted 3 of them. 2 corners, got our linebackers, right? Do we not have a 6th round pick? Okay, I guess we don't have a 6th round pick, and our 7th round pick is going to be like, okay, 197. I already know who I'm going to take with this. Should still be here. He's a potentially undrafted guy. We're going to take a backup quarterback, Landon Monk. Of course, we need a good quarterback because we're going to be having injuries spiked all the way up. So B, throw under pressure, B, short accuracy, medium accuracy, B. He's got decent stuff here, you know, but he has also great throw power and good speed. So he's a great athlete. He was the fastest actually in this class, and this was a really good pick. He was supposed to go undrafted, 157 out of 197, so really nice. What a steal there. Feels pressure and delivers under fire, turns scrambles into back-breaking plays, excels on quick throws. You'll love to see it. All right, 92 throw power, 86 speed. That's Caleb Williams' athleticism right there. And let me just go ahead and take one more look at the board before we see the final results and make sure there's nobody I really want to take. A lot of these guys will be there in free agency anyway, so I don't really have to worry about it, but I just want to make sure that there's no one that's going to go that I really, really want. I don't think there is. Everyone should be there in free agency, so yeah, I think we'll be fine. And that is the draft. I can't wait to see the overalls of these guys. We had to have some of the best players in the entire class. I will catch you guys during the draft recap. I could not be happier, especially about Grant. What a surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Draft recap. Jonathan Warner, surprisingly, only a 73 overall. I thought he'd be a little bit higher. 93 strength, block shedding, power moves, both in the 70s, but this dude is going to be unbelievable. He's a freak athlete. He's immediately just a starter for us. Going to be one of the best players on our team. Not even a question. Cornerstone of the defense. Hopefully he has a superstar or better. Zach Gatson, 74 overall. And, you know, another freak athlete, 79 tackle, 72 hit power. Actually has surprisingly good coverage. 73 zone, 65 man. That's like really good. 98 stamina as well. 63 block shedding. You know, would like that to be a little higher, but he's going to be our user all season. D'Angelo Hall, similar thing, right? Another hidden dev. He's got a little bit higher tackling, a little bit better hit power. Better of the two at run defending for sure. Another freak athlete, right? Just going to be an awesome player for us. Mark Cantrell was the best rookie we have. This guy we took in the 3rd or 4th round, and he's a stud tight end, right? 86 speed, 83 catching, 85 excel, 78 catch in traffic, 78 spec catch. Look at the blocking on this dude. This dude could be an offensive lineman, like be one of our better backup offensive linemen right now. Only 80 injury, but you know, we're going to run a little bit more 2 tight end sets and get him out there blocking and receiving. James Grant, you know, again, not the best skills, but look at this. 98 speed, 99 excel, 83 spec catch is nice. That's something we can work with, but 72 catching has got to be better. The route running's terrible, but 98 agility, I mean, 88 jumping. The release is good. 98 change of direction. I don't think you understand how crazy that is, folks. This guy's a 3-down player for us. I mean, unreal. 68 carrying, not great. 96 kick return. We're going to put him back there for kick returns. Already got an arm sleeve on him, dude. Just this guy's, he's going to be a problem. He's going to transform our offense day one. It's unreal. We don't have that kind of speed anywhere on the field other than him. Bernie Collins ended up being the CPU pick, but 6'3 corner who's 93 speed. I mean, he is our Caleb Farley replacement someday, right? Not a great cover guy. You know, he'll be a special teamer. Unfortunately, didn't have hidden dev. The guy we drafted just after that, Devontae Harrison, corner, same kind of thing. Right? He's like kind of like the same player, just a little bit worse, I'd say. 93 excel, 91 speed, same kind of thing, right? And then Larry Stewart, he'll be our 4th or 5th receiver. You know, maybe we'll throw him back on some kick returns because he does have 92 kick return. Does seem injury prone at 78 injury. That could be why he fell so much, but you know, solid athlete, right? He's pretty good at some other things too. Like his deep route running's pretty good. 74, 94 speed, 93 excel. I mean, that's not bad at all. Xavier Devine, just a guy I thought I'd take a shot at. Doesn't have hidden dev, so it makes him a little bit less interesting, but he's 6'4", 231. I mean, this guy's a freak, right? Does have good catching and catching traffic. I mean, the short route's good as well. 84 spec catch. This guy could be a jump ball threat, no question. I like the player, but you know, with all these receivers now, it's gonna be tough to get these guys on the field other than James Grant. But you know, the final pick, Landon Monk, he's gonna be our backup quarterback. 92 throw power, 86 speed. We got him like super late in the second round, so you know, I really like this pick a lot. I think it's one of our better picks. That's gonna basically do it for the offseason, right? Because next week is like preseason. We're gonna go ahead and look at our roster just, you know, another time or two. Go ahead and look at free agency, see who's available. We're gonna advance the week, and we're here, training camp, right? But I do want to take a look at the roster and just kind of maybe move some positions around if I have to, and I will see you guys in a second. So first thing I'm going to do is move Jonathan Warner to a right end because that's where he's going to be playing for us. So let's go ahead and see what his overall is there. 72, so pretty similar. I thought so. You know, he does have kind of the build. We're going to have some big defensive ends, and it's going to be tough to run on us, especially with Quinn Williams up the middle at nose tackle. We're going to go ahead and move D'Angelo Hall and Zach Gatson to middle linebacker, of course, and D'Angelo Hall is a 73 overall middle linebacker. Again, I'm not looking at anybody's dev trait, just so you guys know. That's kind of lame for me to do that, and I want to kind of unveil them with you guys, so it wouldn't really make sense for me to do that. But middle linebacker, Zach Gatson, his overall stays the same, 74. We have like 50,000 corners. Why do we have this many corners? I can't. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start cutting some of these guys really quick. And let's go ahead and take a look at free agency, because I am curious if there's any like hidden, you know, rookies down here that we want to take a shot at. We're going to need to fill some positions out, so third string quarterback is one of them. I went ahead and signed Carson Wentz for the third quarterback because he has a history in Philadelphia, obviously, and he was the best guy in the market, to be honest with you, so it made a little bit of sense for me. This running back has star development, and he's a rookie. This is the kind of stuff I like to look for after the draft and free agency. We're going to give him a shot. We'll sign him. Could be a guy we play on special teams or whatever. Same thing with Greg Samuels, who was actually someone I scouted in the draft, and he is a wide receiver, star dev rookie out of Ohio State. We're going to go ahead and sign him. We do have a lot of receivers, though. Tony Landry's he's a normal dev, but he's a 6'3", 340 pound, 67 overall right guard rookie. I'm going to, you know, sign him. We needed a backup right guard. So Eric Kendricks, I know he's slow. I know he wants $2 million, but he has, first of all, why is he not face scanned? I use the mentor tag. I'm going to give him a contract because we want someone to mentor our young guys at middle linebacker. Julius Garrett, 63 overall cornerback, rookie, star dev. Welcome to the team. Good thing I cut all those other guys. BJ Westbrook, star dev. Welcome to the team. William Goldson has a mentor tag, so I'm going to sign him as a left end, and I'm going to move him to right end so that he can mentor Jonathan Warner. I'm trading Tyquan Thornton, Greg Samuels, the guy we just picked up, BJ Westbrook, another guy we just picked up, and I'm looking through, and Carlos Reyes is hidden for the Commanders, so that's fun. Just trading these three guys because we simply don't have the space on the roster to keep them. And we're getting 2 6th-round picks this season. It'll be 2026 from the Jaguars in return. Just didn't have enough space on the roster and felt like it was a good move. Trading one of those 6th-round picks that we just got and a 2028 7th for Eric Armstead, who has the mentor tag, and we don't have a backup left end. So that is going to be the final trade of the video. We officially have our 53-man roster, and I can't wait to start recording season 2. So if you enjoyed this video, just just a brief recap of our draft. We drafted a bunch of guys, mainly on defense, and it's going to be so much fun to play with them all season. We drafted a 99 speed receiver. It's crazy. I will catch you guys in the season 2 of this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're going to be doing our training camp coming up here pretty soon. We're going to try to find a way, if we can, to unveil some of these guys' dev traits pretty early in the season. I'm really hoping for a couple superstars. If not, it's okay, but can't wait to start with this team, and hopefully guys have a fantastic rest of your day today. The offseason was amazing. It went just how I wanted it to. We upgraded on a lot of positions and we built more for the future. We're going to make this a lot harder, so stick around for season 2. That should be out, you know, whenever I can get it out. They take a long time, so stay tuned to the channel. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Obviously watch all of season 1 if you guys haven't finished it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day today. This is your boy DeHave, and as always, peace.